In this chapter, we'll take a closer look at the levers, controls, and switches pertaining to gear shifting and the boom suspension system. Here we have the gear selector control. The mode selector for the various gear shifting programs. The function selector for fully automatic downshifting. And the function selector for the boom suspension system. All Volvo wheel loaders have automatic gear shifting with 4 forward gears and 4 reverse gears. Looking at the gear selector control, here are the 4 positions. When the gear shift is like this, in the 4th position, the machine will shift automatically through all gears from 1 to 4. In the 3rd and 2nd position, the machine is still automatic, but uses only 1 to 3 and 1 to 2 respectively. When traveling greater distances, 4 is a good choice. The machine can use all gears from 1 to 4. When loading with short work cycles like this, position 2 is a good choice. This means that the machine never gets into a gear higher than 2nd. Loading is efficient, without unnecessary shifting to higher gears. For the operator, it's easy. Regardless which position the shift selector is in, it's only to choose between forward and reverse. Shifting down to 1st gear can be done in several ways. Here the operator is downshifting manually with a kick-down button. This machine is equipped with electro-hydraulic control levers. The kick-down button is located here on the lift lever. On the hydraulic control lever panel, the kick-down is here. If the operator uses CDC lever steering, there's even a kick-down button on the CDC console. Manual downshifting with kick-down is possible on all Volvo wheel loaders. The operator can also select automatic downshifting to 1st gear. We call it full automatic power shift. The switch for automatic downshifting is here on the A post. With the lower end of the switch depressed, gears 1 through 4 are available. This means that the machine can shift automatically between all gears. Even downshifting to 1st is performed automatically. When the upper end of the switch is depressed, 2nd through 4th are available. The machine can shift automatically between gears 2 to 4, while downshifting to 1st must now be performed manually by the operator. Every day, on every work shift with a wheel loader, there are literally hundreds of gear shifts up and down, forwards and reverse. The automatic shifting program makes sure that all shifts are made at just the right time for optimal comfort and fuel economy. Volvo wheel loaders are equipped with a mode selector with 4 different shifting programs. They control when the gear change occurs, taking into consideration the machine's engine RPM and speed. In the auto position, the machine's computer selects the shifting program according to the current operating condition to achieve best comfort and economy. Auto position is normally the best all-round choice for best fuel economy and highest productivity in all kinds of work. In certain working conditions, the operator may feel that the machine is shifting too early, too late, or too often when in the auto mode. The operator can then choose one of the three other modes: L, M, or H. Mode L means that the machine shifts at low RPM and low traveling speed. This diagram illustrates Mode L and shows the machine's speed and the engine RPM. When the speed and RPM are within the white area, no shifting occurs. But as soon as the speed and RPM enter the blue area, shifting will take place. Therefore, even here, at a low speed and RPM, shifting occurs if the mode selector is in L. In M mode, the machine shifts at a slightly higher RPM or traveling speed. In H mode, the area where no shifting occurs will be even larger. Here, the machine will only shift at higher RPMs and speeds. Thanks to the mode selector, as an operator, you now have an excellent opportunity to choose a gear shifting program that matches your operating technique and working conditions. Make a few trial runs to find the way that feels good to you. But keep in mind that the various shifting programs only move the shifting points. The machines will never be any stronger or faster in any one mode or the other. Volvo's optional boom suspension system effectively absorbs shocks and reduces the bouncing and rocking that often occurs when operating on rough ground. This results in increased comfort and productivity in all types of work. The system has two modes and is either gear-dependent or speed-dependent. The function selector for the boom suspension system is here on the A post. It has three positions. When the lower end is pressed in, the boom suspension system is speed-dependent. With the switch in its middle position, the boom suspension system is gear-dependent. And when the upper end is pressed in, the system is deactivated. Choice of position depends on the type of work to be done. We'll start with the boom suspension in the gear-dependent position. In the gear-dependent position, the boom suspension is active in all gears except first gear. The system is engaged in neutral, second, third, and fourth gear in both forward and reverse. But as soon as you downshift to first gear, the boom suspension is disengaged. The gear-dependent mode will mean higher productivity in loading with short cycles. The boom is rigid when filling the bucket. But as soon as the operator reverses the machine, the boom suspension is activated again. Suspension does not disengage until the operator shifts down to first gear next time. Gear-dependent boom suspension works the same way in all machines with fully automatic downshifting, whether mode 1 to 4 or 2 to 4 is used. The only difference is that downshifting to first gear occurs automatically in mode 1 to 4, but must be done manually in mode 2 to 4. So, gear-dependent mode, no suspension in first gear, but suspension in all other gears. Now let's put the boom suspension in speed-dependent mode. This, of course, means it is the speed of the machine that determines when the boom suspension is engaged or disengaged. When the machine has a speed above 3.7 miles per hour or 6 kilometers an hour, suspension is activated. This is true in both forward and reverse. At all speeds less than 3.7 miles per hour, the suspension is deactivated. This means that the speed-dependent mode is suitable when you need precision movements at low speeds, such as this, when positioning the forks under a pallet. Or here, when unloading a logging truck, or other applications where first gear is not required to perform loading. Then, when transporting, suspension is engaged at 3.7 miles per hour, ensuring high productivity. In machines equipped with fully automatic downshifting, and when mode 1 to 4 is active, the boom suspension speed-dependent mode works a bit differently. When the machine reaches a traveling speed higher than 5 miles an hour or 8 kilometers an hour in forward gears, the suspension is engaged. But as soon as the forward speed falls below 5 miles per hour, suspension is disengaged. In reverse, suspension is engaged regardless of speed. This is especially suitable in load and carry operations. The bucket is rigid when filling, but as soon as the operator shifts to reverse, suspension is activated and the transport can be made nice and smooth all the way. Let's summarize. All wheel loaders have automatic shifting with 4 forward and 4 reverse gears. With functions 1 through 4, automatic downshifting to first gear occurs. Mode selector with 4 different shifting programs. Boom suspension system, working either gear dependent or speed dependent.